Are you struggling from 50 yards and in? Well, good news is I can save you up to 4 strokes per round. Just stick with me and I'm going to walk you through how to do that. I'm Ryan McGinnis, teaching professional here at Turning Stone Resort and Casino, and today I'm going to talk about my pitching style and what I teach all of my students. I'm going to walk you through simple drills to make you more consistent, and then we're going to go in real live scenarios and walk you through how do I play certain shots around the green so that we can save those 4 strokes that I know you're looking for. Let's get started. My style of what I teach my students when it comes to pitching from that 50 yards and in. And what I try to do is keep it as simple as possible, make it relatable so that you can then take this information and apply it to your game, which I know will lead to lower scores because, like I said, we are going to save 4 shots per round. And it sounds like a lot, but when we really just break it down, it's not as much as you think. And that's a difference of from shooting 84 to an 80. So let's get into my style. The method is really simple. Before I get into details, it's start left, keep going left, and you can't go left enough. And what I mean by that, and I try to bring that into my students' mind, is I never want to start seeing us when we're hitting these pitch shots fall right. That's disastrous. So I always just go with start left, move left, go left, keep going left. Okay, so now let's really dive into that technique. When I set up to a pitch, it's similar to what I talked about in chipping. I am making sure that my handle of the golf club is higher than being down here. So I'm trying to raise my handle up ever so slightly depending on the shot I want to hit. Typically, when we get out to about 40, 50, maybe 30 yards, I might not do that as much, but they're still high in general. This is just a basic shot. Now, when we talk about ball position, we either decide based on the lie, do I want it in the back of my stance or do I want it in the front of my stance? We always determine the lie first. We then, after that, determine the shot we want to hit. Okay, so we talked about the handle of the golf club being up. We've talked about the ball position, determining where you want it to go. And then we get into the actual body movement that I want to start to see. So here's the center of my spine right here. My shoulders are level currently. From here, I want to tilt left a little bit. So I'm taking my spine and I'm tilting it left so that my arms can then begin to work down into the golf ball. Once I have tilted left, we will start to feel more weight on my left foot. So this is the beginning of start left. Once I tilt left and I have weight on my left foot, from here, I am going to make motions where I'm going to think about 2 things. I am never allowing the center of my chest to go behind that golf ball. So this would be the stay left. And I'm also feeling like on the downswing, I'm falling left a little more, and then I can begin to push back up through the golf shot. And that would be the continue left. So we start left, we stay left, and we continue left. That's going to allow for consistent contact, better control of our golf ball, which now means the ball ends up where we want it to go. Now, we have to make sure one thing, and that is we're maintaining our distance from the ground. And what I mean by that is when I start left and I'm getting ready to hit this golf ball, I am a certain distance. I'm 5'8". So let's call it 5'7" because I got a little bit of a knee bend right now. I am not going down on my backswing. I am not going up on my backswing. I am staying in my posture and I am just starting left, staying left, and moving left. the entire time. When I do this for all of my students, contact clears up instantly. Those are just the minor details that I want you to focus on when you're pitching, and that is my style that I know will save you those 4 strokes. So let's get into some drills. So the first drill that we're going to talk about is the towel drill. And the purpose of this drill is, in order to be consistent in our pitches, we have to be able to control low point. And what I mean by that is, if I'm making my motion, can I get the golf club to strike the turf in the same spot every time on a general pitch shot? And in order to do that, I have to go back to my style of teaching. When I said we have to start left, stay left, and move left, well, the only way I can control my low point is if I'm controlling my spine and where it's going, and I'm maintaining these relationships. If I do that, I can then control low point, develop more consistent strikes, and we save those strokes we're talking about. So it's an easy drill to set up. I just laid out a towel. I've put golf balls in front. You can go 2 inches forward, or you can go 3. If you go 2, you start to develop a little more spin on the golf ball. If you go 3, it'll have some spin, but it's going to release a little bit. So let me just show you how to go about this drill. And you can lay down, I've got 7 golf balls here. I could go 2 more. And what I would do is go through the 7 or 8 golf balls, focus on where is that club bottoming out. If you fall to your right, you're going to hit the towel, and it's an easy indicator, hey, I did something wrong. So we just have the golf ball 2 inches forward. Everything is going left, starting left. It's staying left, and I'm moving left. And in this drill, we're on perfect grass. We're going to play this ball a little back in my stance just based on the situation that I have. So we got the ball back, start left, stay left, go left. You can't see it, but that ball did go in the hole. So we're starting left, we're staying left, and we're going left. So we're starting left, we're staying left, and we're going left. Starting left, staying left, going left. So just to recap that towel drill, we have a towel down, we have a golf ball 2 inches in front of it, and all we're going to focus on is we're starting left, we're staying left, and we're going left. We're going to control low point, which is going to lead to consistency. So the next drill that we're going to touch on is what I call the right leg straight drill, or the trail leg straight drill. If you're right-handed, it's your right leg. If you're left-handed, it's your left leg. And the purpose of this drill is to get us to make a better motion to the golf ball in terms of the path of the golf club. And what I mean by that is, what I don't want to start to see, and I touched on this in chipping, is this golf club to start to work inside in our motion, right? I want to feel the club be more vertical so that better contact, my low point gets controlled just like the last drill, and then we can start to control that golf ball. So this is a really easy drill. You can do this in your backyard or on the golf course. All you're going to do is straighten. So I get set up just like we talked about. I'm going to lock my right leg. That's all I'm going to do is just lock my right leg. That's going to force my right hip to get a little taller than my left. So now I'm really leaning more left. So here's what it looks like. Again, it's easy. We're going to lock our right leg, make the same exact motion that we made in the first drill. And when I lock my right leg, it forces everything to move left. And I'm going to start to create solid shots. So we lock our right leg. Everything goes left, stays left, and moves left. So my right leg is locked. Everything is starting left it's staying left, and it's going left. So when we get that right leg to lock in that drill, that forces my pelvis to go down. My right is taller than my left. It forces everything to move left. And now I can start to work on the plane in which my golf club is traveling on to get better contact, more consistency, and I hit golf balls closer to the hole. So the last two drills that we've talked about focus on the mechanics of our pitching motion. Now we're going to talk about distance control. And the drill itself is really easy. You'll see I have a towel out there that is going to be my landing zone. I want to try to land this golf ball on the towel. You can put a hula hoop there. You can put anything out there that just gives you a target to shoot at. And what I'm going to do is change the trajectory of my golf ball based on if I play it back in my stance, the ball is going to come out lower. If I play it up in my stance, the ball is going to come out higher. The distance part is all based on my left arm. How far back am I going to point my left arm in this process, and that'll control distance. This is more of a field drill. There's not a standard distance back to make the golf ball go a certain distance. But what you're going to start to do is being able to now control your golf ball. You can then control how high it goes, how far it goes, which now means we start saving those 4 shots that I talked about earlier in the round. So let's check it out. I have 7 golf balls again, and the first 2 balls I'm going to play a little higher. So I'm going to move it up in my stance. The towel is not the biggest, but my goal is to land it on that towel. I have about 25 yards to the towel. So in my eyes or in my feel, I'm going to try to point somewhere towards that 8 o'clock. So we're going to go forward, stay forward, and move through the golf shot. Those were close to landing to the towel. So we're 25 yards. We're going to play it forward. We're going to play a little higher of a pitch shot. Start forward, stay forward, go forward. So this drill was focused on distance control and can I get the golf ball to land where I want it to? When we can start to develop consistent contact, I now control distance. And when I can control distance, it makes it easier to get the golf ball close to the hole and save those 4 strokes. I think one of the most important things that we have to do when it comes to pitching and in short game in general is managing our expectations. And what I mean by that is we think we have to be so perfect in our shots or in our decision making that we lose track of what really matters, and that is strokes gained. If we looked at the PGA Tour and we put them at 50 yards in the middle of the fairway, they average somewhere between 2.5 and 2.7 shots to get the golf ball in the hole. So what does that mean for your everyday amateur golfer? Well, if you're a better player, you're probably more towards that 2.8 to 3 range. If you are a beginning golfer or a beginner golfer, you're probably more towards that 3.5 range, to be honest with you. And what I tell all of my students is, let's set a goal of 3. And that is for anywhere inside 100 yards. And in this case, we'll talk 50 yards. If I'm 50 yards away from the green or the pin, anywhere, I don't care if you're in the rough, I don't care if you're in the fairway, I don't care if you're in a bunker. Your goal is 3 shots to get that golf ball in the hole. And if you do that, you will gain strokes throughout the round that will equal to the 4 strokes that we talked about. And by 3 shots, you really just have to hit it somewhere on the putting surface and 2-putt. If you hit it somewhere on the putting surface and you happen to be 19 feet or closer, you will save more strokes than someone who hits it outside of 19 feet. But again, we have to be focused on what can we do and what is reality. And 3 shots is a great goal, and that's what I want all of you to start to strive for. So let's talk about scenario one. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to bring you in to see the golf ball, and I'm going to talk about how I'm going to go through this shot based on the pin I'm going for and what I'm thinking about. So let's talk about my process. Buried. I can't get direct contact on that golf ball. So I'm still starting left, staying left, and moving left. But I'm going to get a little more forward. Ball's forward, I'm forward. The shaft of the golf club, I have it, my hand's a little high, and we're making that same motion that we've talked about. We will take that shot every single time. Here we have a lie that is in the first cut of rough. Fairly easy shot. I can get the club on the golf ball. I don't have much green to work with, but again, what's our goal? Our goal is 3 shots. I'm going to move it forward in my stance just because I don't have a lot of green. I'm still starting left, staying left, and going left. Contact is solid. I have about, that's a good golf shot, 4 feet or so. So here's a little different shot. There's my lie. So we have an uphill shot that leads to a downhill green. Makes life a little harder for us. But again, the idea is the same. When I have an uphill lie, I'm going to choke down a little bit. I'm trying to maintain level shoulders at this point because I don't want to go too deep into the turf. Weight still forward. I'm still moving left, staying left, starting left, and moving left. So we talked about my style of pitching and what I teach all of my students. We walked you through 3 different drills that are going to work on technique and also how to control distance in our landing spot. I talked about the mental side of chipping and pitching and short game in general. Managing our expectations, trying to have 3 as our goal of how many shots it takes us to get that golf ball in the hole. I walked you through different scenarios and how I would play them based on the lie that was in front of me. Now it's your job to take this information and apply it to your game. I want to hear from you in the comments. What drill do you think will help you the most? And also, what are some experiences you have had on a golf course that you want to know how to play it? You could take a photo and put it in the comments. But it's also important to note, 97% of you are not subscribed to this channel. I need you to hit that subscribe button below, hit that bell notification so you're notified when a video goes out, and also smash that like button and share this content with family and friends. I thank you all for watching.